Meditations, as a classic Stoic philosophy book, has had a profound impact on the field. It discusses key concepts such as living in accordance with nature, practicing self-discipline, and accepting what we cannot control. In terms of self-improvement and reflection, the book emphasizes the importance of inner tranquility and calmness. It also encourages the cultivation of virtues like wisdom, justice, and courage. Furthermore, Meditations prompts readers to reflect on their actions and strive for moral excellence. It provides practical advice on dealing with challenges and hardships, advocating for resilience and perseverance. Let us explore the provocative ideas presented in Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophical work, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and delve into how it challenges traditional moral values. We will discuss two key concepts: the Übermensch, which means Superman or Overman in English, and the eternal recurrence. Firstly, Nietzsche introduces the concept of the Übermensch. This idea questions the limitations of traditional morality and encourages individuals to create their own values based on personal experiences and perspectives. The Übermensch represents the potential for greatness and self-actualization. Additionally, Nietzsche explores the concept of the eternal recurrence, suggesting that all events in the universe recur infinitely. This challenges our perception of linear time and highlights the eternal consequences of our actions. It serves as a test of our values and forces us to consider the implications of our choices if they were to be repeated indefinitely. In summary, Thus Spoke Zarathustra offers thought-provoking ideas that challenge traditional moral values, explore the concept of the Übermensch, and question our understanding of time and consequences. The Republic holds great significance in comprehending Plato's philosophy. It delves into various fundamental aspects such as justice, the ideal society, and the nature of reality. Plato puts forth his concept of justice, asserting that it can only be achieved in an ideal society. The allegory of the cave serves as a powerful metaphor for the journey of the soul from ignorance to enlightenment. Additionally, Plato discusses the concept of philosopher kings, advocating for rulers who possess profound knowledge and understanding of the forms. In delving into Aristotle's ethical theories and the concept of virtue ethics as presented in Nicomachean Ethics, we must first understand that Aristotle explores the development of moral character through the lens of virtue ethics. Virtue ethics emphasizes the importance of individual virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice, which are developed through habit and practice. For Aristotle, ethics is not just about following rules or maximizing pleasure, but about living a virtuous and fulfilling life. In his work, Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle argues that ethics is closely related to achieving happiness or eudaimonia. However, Aristotle's understanding of happiness is different from mere pleasure or satisfaction. He defines happiness as a state of flourishing and living up to one's full potential. Ethics and happiness are closely intertwined in Aristotle's philosophy, as living a virtuous life is believed to lead to true happiness. Virtuous actions, which align with moral virtues, bring about a sense of fulfillment and contentment. Aristotle views true happiness as a lifelong pursuit that is not temporary or dependent on external factors. Thus, the relationship between ethics and happiness lies in the idea that ethics provides a framework for identifying and cultivating moral virtues, which in turn lead to a flourishing and fulfilling life. In this overview of Kant's transcendental philosophy and the significance of critique of pure reason, we delve into the limits and possibilities of human knowledge and experience. Kant's book is a key exploration of the nature and scope of human reason, focusing on the fundamental principles of knowledge beyond immediate sensory experience. Within the Critique of Pure Reason, Kant distinguishes between analytic judgments, where the predicate is contained within the subject and no new information is added, and synthetic judgments, which add new information and are not purely based on logical reasoning. This distinction is crucial to understanding the nature of knowledge acquisition in different contexts. In this section, we will explore Hume's skepticism about religious beliefs as presented in Dialogues Concerning Natural Religion. Hume raises thought-provoking questions about the basis of religious beliefs and challenges their rationality. According to Hume, religious beliefs cannot be proven through empirical evidence and are often based on personal experiences and emotions. He questions the reliability of religious experiences and highlights the potential influence of psychological factors. Overall, Hume's skepticism invites us to critically evaluate the justification and rationality of our own religious beliefs. Now let's discuss Hume's critique of arguments for the existence of God as presented in Dialogues Concerning Natural Religion. Hume carefully examines popular philosophical arguments, such as the teleological argument and the cosmological argument, and raises questions about their validity and evidential support. He identifies logical flaws and the lack of empirical evidence in these arguments, suggesting that they are insufficient to justify the belief in God. Hume advocates for a more skeptical and rational approach towards religious beliefs, emphasizing the importance of critical thinking and empirical reasoning. His critique challenges traditional philosophical justifications for the existence of God. Lastly, let's address the problem of evil and Hume's perspective on it. The problem of evil is a complex philosophical argument that examines the compatibility of an all-powerful and benevolent God with the existence of evil and suffering in the world. Hume enters this debate by highlighting the presence of evil as evidence against the existence of an all-good God. He argues that the abundance of evil and suffering contradicts the concept of a loving and all-powerful God. Hume suggests that the existence of evil might indicate either an indifferent or limited God. The problem of evil continues to challenge our understanding of God and the purpose of suffering. Hume's insights on this issue expand the discussion surrounding religious beliefs and their rationality. Sartre's existentialism is a philosophical movement that emphasizes the individual's existence, freedom, and subjective experience. It is a reaction against traditional philosophical systems that prioritize metaphysics and objective reality. According to Sartre, existence precedes essence, and individuals are defined by their actions and choices. This philosophy rejects the idea of a fixed human nature and focuses on personal responsibility and freedom. Central to Sartre's existentialism is the concept of anxiety, which arises from the awareness of our own freedom and the responsibility that comes with it. Anxiety stems from the realization that our choices have consequences and can lead to regret or despair. Embracing this anxiety is essential for living an authentic and meaningful life. Existentialism also emphasizes authenticity, encouraging individuals to live in accordance with their true self and values. It rejects societal expectations and promotes self-discovery and introspection. Sartre's existentialism explores the complexities of human existence and challenges individuals to confront their own existence, take responsibility for their choices, and create meaning in a seemingly absurd world. The central themes of Sartre's being and nothingness revolve around the concepts of existence, consciousness, and the nature of being. According to Sartre, individuals are defined by their actions and choices rather than predetermined characteristics or qualities. The book explores the role of freedom in shaping our identity and emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for our actions. Sartre also discusses the concept of authenticity and living in accordance with our true self and values. He examines how existential crises can arise from the freedom and responsibility that come with our existence. The book delves into the complexities of human existence and challenges traditional notions of human nature. Through Being and Nothingness, Sartre explores the fundamental questions of existence, consciousness, freedom, authenticity, and the existential crisis individuals may face. Descartes' method of doubt is a systematic approach to doubt everything he believed to be true in order to find a foundation of knowledge that cannot be doubted. He starts by doubting the reliability of his senses, as they may deceive him. Next, he goes on to doubt the existence of an external world, as it may be an illusion created by a powerful deceiver. He then doubts his own beliefs and opinions, as they may be influenced by external factors or illusions. Through this method of doubt, Descartes aims to find indubitable truths that can serve as the foundation for knowledge. Meditations on First Philosophy is a philosophical work by René Descartes that explores his journey of seeking certainty and knowledge. In this work, Descartes engages in a series of meditations where he examines various philosophical questions and doubts. He questions the existence of God, the nature of the mind and body, and the distinction between truth and falsehood. These meditations serve as a philosophical exploration and a method of seeking ultimate truths and certainty. Through these meditations, Descartes ultimately arrives at the famous phrase, cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, which signifies the existence of the self as a thinking entity. In The Myth of Sisyphus, Albert Camus explores the concept of absurdism and the philosophy of life and meaning. He argues that human existence is inherently meaningless and suggests that embracing the absurd can give life meaning. According to Camus, embracing the absurd means accepting the lack of inherent meaning in life and finding purpose and joy in spite of it. In The Myth of Sisyphus, Albert Camus analyzes the mythological figure of Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king who was condemned by the gods to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity. Camus uses the myth of Sisyphus as a metaphor for the human condition, highlighting the futility of our actions and the inevitable repetition of life. However, Camus also sees Sisyphus as a symbol of defiance and rebellion against the gods. Wittgenstein's groundbreaking work in the philosophy of language and logic, as presented in Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus, delves into the nature of language and its relationship to the world. The Tractatus argues that language has a logical structure and is not a mere representation of reality. Instead, it is a system of rules and conventions that enable communication. Through the concept of language games, different language users follow distinct rules and meanings, shaping how we understand and interact with the world. Wittgenstein emphasizes that the limits of language are determined by its grammar and rules of use. He concludes the Tractatus by stating that what cannot be spoken about must be passed over in silence, highlighting the inherent limitations of language. The concept of language games refers to the diverse ways language is used within specific contexts or social practices. Language games have distinct rules and meanings, shaping how individuals understand and communicate. They reveal the limitations of language in fully capturing the complexity of human experiences and concepts. Language games also highlight the influence of social and cultural contexts on language and our understanding of reality. The limits of language become apparent when there are concepts or experiences that cannot be adequately expressed within a particular language game.